We're here to define what a man is, right?
Responsibility creates struggle, struggle creates strength, and strength creates structure.
How many people care about what people think about them? Be honest.
As a man, you got to be able to protect not just yourself, but your family.
When we talk about being a man, it's your behaviors.
But I don't say any of this to brag. I don't say any of this to gloat my life up or I'm better than anybody.
I start crying. I'm like, why am I crying? And so what I realized was,
you put yourself in a target-rich environment. You are the only woman that paid for a ticket to come to this event.
if you're trying to teach your daughter to be around a certain man and you're not that man yourself, she gonna choose you.
Hey, let me not touch this nigga. He too clean. Where is that on you?
It's not on me.
It's not on you. The only reason why it's not on you is because you didn't choose it.
Find the women who can actually help you build. And here's some deep game for you. You don't have to have sex with all of them.
Since 2016, I've been following Lucario and Miles. Y'all changed my life. Followed by Uncle Ram. So ever since then, I've been getting a little bit of too much ass at times.
You know, as a man, there's a balance to it. Your purpose and pussy. And the heavier your purpose.
Even if you lose the relationship, you don't lose yourself. And that's the most important part.
Yo. Back at it. Real quick, guys. The link is right there. We still got tickets left?
Yeah, there's still tickets left.
Yeah, guys, the link is right there. And ladies are welcome. Ladies are welcome. Right?
Yeah, ladies are welcome. Yeah, ladies are welcome.
All right. So, real quick, how masculine confidence impacts your dating life. I got 2 videos for you, but before we do that, Miles, how you living?
Man, good, man. Can't complain about nothing. Grateful over here, man. How you doing? I see you. Is your team doing all right? Your Miami?
Yeah. We ready, baby.
Okay.
We undefeated now, but it's just one game.
Okay.
Right,
that's what's up. Hey, and we're gonna be in Miami for the movie premiere and all that. So that's what's up. Shout out to Miami University. Yeah, guys, make sure y'all get y'all soap, man. Holla at the soap real quick, man. Hit that QR code and order your soap, man. The soap is still going strong, still smelling good, still washing the bitch ass nigga off of you, man. So make sure you guys go and get your soap, man. But yeah, man, what's going on with you?
Man, hey, bro, I'm living life. Life ain't living me, bro. A lot of people, life just happens to them because they don't take the assertive route and actually create and take charge of their lives. Shit just happens to them.
Real talk.
I'm the opposite of that. All right. So before we get into this, let me just shout out some people. Oh, guys, if you have a question, put a Q in the chat followed by your question. If we ignore your question, either you ran out of time or the shit was just stupid. We're just letting you know. All right. So real talk. Wicked Scorpion, Uncle Guns. Who else we got up in here? I know I saw Renee P. Unique 79 from across the pond. Was good with you, brother. Phoenix Miles, Monogamous Player, The Mathematician, B. Will, June Sports, Matthew LaRoche. Who else we got up in here? First Down was good with you. Who else we got? Dukalux was good. Louis Piazza was good. Vic D. I can't say the other part. Scales Fitness. Who we got? The Rapping Detailer. That's okay. That's kind of unique. All right. Here we go. Who else we got up in here? If I miss you, don't. Zay Mafia was good. Manuel was good. Okay. So again, guys, if y'all have a question, put a Q in the chat followed by your question. Jamar Miller was good. Chiefy looks okay. So I'm gonna show 2 videos. The first video is of a young lady. Okay, she's talking about, at least in her own way, what confidence means and how it equates to leadership and how women perceive it. So it's about a 2-minute clip, but towards the end, she brings it all together as far as how women view men when men first approach them, right? And how important confidence is to whether or not a woman follows your lead or whether or not she retains the lead position based on how she perceives you, right? But she kind of gets into it a little bit. And let me just say this about the clip as well. she's gonna say some things where she's kind of oversimplifying things.
Right.
But we're gonna break all that down. So let me put this in here real quick.
Such a powerful aphrodisiac. Those with the most confidence get all the girls. But why is that? Why is confidence such a powerful aphrodisiac for women? To answer that, we need to take a deeper look into evolution and instincts. In the wild, there is safety in numbers, which is why certain animals travel in packs. Dogs do it, and so do humans. Evolution also dictates that a natural pecking order is formed. You can see this happen with dogs when they get together. After all the butt sniffing, a leader, and the alpha male, is determined and the rest of the dogs fall in line. Why is a leader necessary though? Because the leader decides where the group should hunt for food, decides whether or not they should fight enemies or flee, decides where to sleep. Not only that, the alpha male gets the best cuts of meat and pick of the litter, if you know what I mean. Making decisions and having the confidence behind those decisions is the main trait of a good leader. Therefore, the one with the greatest confidence becomes the leader of the pack. But how can animals that act on instinct decide which one of them should be the leader? That happens because instinctively, the animals are attracted to confidence. The one with the most confidence is the most attractive member of the group. What this means in social situations, one person always becomes a leader and subconsciously everyone else is following that leader. This can actually also happen when you get two people together. For example, when you walk up to a girl in the bar, immediately she's sizing you up. Is she the leader or are you? I mean, you approached her, so she knows you're obviously attracted to her, so she feels like she's the one in control. In her mind, the pecking order's already been set, and she's the leader. But that's not the case. You are the leader. You need to show her that. And how do you do that? Confidence. She will be immediately attracted to you. She can't help it. It's instinct. It's ingrained into her psyche through millions of years of evolution. And that's why, even if you have nothing, no money, no fancy clothes, no fancy cars, if you have confidence, you have it all. So does this mean with all this confidence, you'll be able to sleep with all the girls? Well, that's all on you. You can decide what you want to do with this newfound power.
All right. So okay, here's the thing, right? I want guys to understand. While confidence is important, it doesn't mean that when you confidently approach a woman, you automatically get the woman. Okay?
Right.
I won't, because she kind of simplified it, right? But having confidence or the lack thereof can impact whether or not the woman wants to fuck with you, but also it can impact how she treats you or how she responds to you. So you can have a lack of confidence. You can be, insecure and be very passive, and women will still fuck with you in some cases. But as she alluded to earlier, the woman will feel like, I'm running this though. Right. I'm the one running this. He's not. And this is where you guys run into women who don't listen to what you say. They play games with you and they try and get you to acquiesce to what they want you to do because they've determined based on the initial interaction that they can't follow you. They don't look at you as that confident leader. So by default, they take that position. They take that role. And when we talk about dealing with women and relationship dynamics and dating dynamics, that's not the natural role of a woman to lead, the natural role of you, the man. But again, women will assume that leadership role if you don't, right? So we tell you guys all the time, femininity yields to masculinity. Well, if you're not a masculine man, then a woman can't yield to you. You're going to yield to her. You got something you want to add to that, brother?
Nah, everything you said is on point, bro. Everything you said is on point. Cool. Is there another video?
Yep. So we're going to get to that.
That's
and what I want...
let me know when you want to put on the phone lines too.
Okay, no, you can do that right now. And then, 'cause the video, this one's going to be quick.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and get the number ready down here. And let me just say with the next clip, what you're going to see is when you are a weak motherfucker and you pedestalize women and you don't take the leadership position, I'm going to show you what happens when a woman assumes the leadership role. And a lot of that has to do with the way that you show up. The initial interaction, what you say to women, how you conduct, I'm looking for the fucking number right now. How you act, how you conduct yourself speaks volumes of how the woman will perceive you to be and how she ultimately will show up in the interaction next to you. Right. So here we go. Let me go ahead and get to the next clip.
I dined and dashed on a Hinge date, and let me tell you why. So on a first date with someone online, I'm thinking something casual, right? Something easy, something nothing crazy, right? This woman comes back with, I want hibachi. And I was like, hibachi? Hibachi. So I go, oh, okay, I guess. I get there to meet this girl for hibachi, and she brings a friend with her, and she goes, hey, would it be cool if my friend just jumps in with us, hangs out? I guess. I mean, she's already here. We're going to tell her, go away. So we sit down. We start kind of hanging out, talking, getting to know each other, stuff like that. Both of these women start ordering a bunch of drinks. And I'm like, okay. And then they start ordering appetizers. The guy, the cook, he goes, what do you want? And I go, I would like just chicken and rice. I'm a simple man. The girls go, we want surf and turf. I go, you want surf and turf? They go, yeah, surf and turf. And I'm like, okay. These girls think I'm stupid. I'm not. We hang out, have fun, do our thing, and I'm just kind of enjoying the moment, but I know what the heck's going on. So time goes by, and we're ready to pay the tab, and the cook guy goes, all right, how are we splitting up the bill today? The girl goes, all on one. So I'm like, what the hell did this girl say? I tell her, hey, do me a favor. You just box up my food real quick, and I'm going to go to the restroom. She goes, yeah, no problem. Guess where I went? I didn't go to the restroom. I went in my car, and I went home. You think I'm stupid? I'm not. You paid my bill. Thanks.
Damn.
Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you, and he said, you think I'm stupid? I'm not. Yeah, you are stupid.
Yeah, you are.
You're very dumb. Because let's go back to the beginning and see, when you are a passive guy with no structure and no leadership attributes whatsoever, women are always going to come at you with that goofy shit. Now, let me say this. Pay attention to what he said. Oh, I'm thinking of something casual. So she comes back with hibachi. What that means is you asked her what she wanted to do.
Right.
And she told you. See, guys, this is why we tell you, number one, you never give women options.
Mm-hmm.
Never give women options, right? You always dictate the pace and the flow, and you set the tone of how everything is going to jump the fuck off. And you let the woman know what you're doing. See, when you don't have a plan, or you don't have an agenda, you're going to follow the woman's. And that's exactly, he followed her. Now, see, he think he's winning because he didn't pay, but he acted like a bitch. Because let me say this. Number one, he acted like a bitch to begin with. But once he got on the date, once he saw the friend, he could have just got up and like, y'all enjoy y'all evening and walked the fuck off. Okay? The fact that he sat there and entertained that shit and he didn't say anything and he just went along for the ride, that shows he has no leadership attributes. That shows that he don't know how to tell women what it is. And then when all these women were ordering shit, he still could have stood there and be like, hey. Just understand, whatever y'all order, y'all paying for. He could have did that. See, he still, even if he was dumb enough to sit there with those two women, he still could have controlled the situation and let it be known what was going to happen. But because he has no leadership attributes, he tucked his tail and he ran. But go ahead, fam, you got it.
Nah, as soon as okay, number one, I would have never asked her what she wanted to do. That's it. So the date probably would have never happened. And this is what I mean. This is what I talk about when I talk about the fact that even Lucario talks about it. Why if you're not charging chicks to the game, you're doing it wrong. Because that was supposed to be a charge. You were supposed to be like, look, trying to meet for drinks. What day are you free? And then she come back with, oh, I wanted to do hibachi. And then you'd be like, all right, cool. Whenever you're trying to meet for drinks, holla at me. And then she probably would have never hollered back, and that's okay. Because the type of woman that's going to suggest food and then bring a friend along and then order drinks, multiple drinks, and then order surf and turf. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? Do you know how much of a fucking insignificant speck of shit she think you are, and she just want to use you for your money? Do you know what? Come on, bro. Come on, man. Like, this is why you're supposed to charge them to the game early. So we ain't even got to get to that. We ain't even got to get that far. Oh, you want hibachi? I don't know what you're talking about. Hibachi sound like some language I don't even speak, bitch. Like, what is that? Japanese? What is that?
Bro, and let me say this. And the fact that she showed up with a friend without
Oh,
first checking with you and getting your blessing? Yes, getting your motherfucking blessing. The fact that she just showed up, bro, y'all know how disrespectful that is. And what guys have to understand with that action, see, this is, let me say this. This is how you know for a fact when you very first converse with a woman, she quickly categorizes you. It don't take women multiple interactions with you to figure out what they're gonna do with you. Right. So she immediately was dismissive of the fact that I'm not sexually attracted to you. We ain't never gonna fuck. I don't want to date you. Yeah. So instantly, you're the free meal and drink guy.
Yep.
In fact, look, I could imagine the conversation that she had with her friend. Look, I ran into this sucker girl. I can tell he a chump. He a pushover. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go out on him. Girl, he going to pay for everything. Don't even worry about it. Girl, we're going to have a good time on his dime. Girl, he going to be pissed. Fuck him, right? So I'm just saying, right? Women be having these conversations about you guys because they've already captioned you as you're this guy, right? Exactly. And even if it's not accurate, because of how you showed up with your passiveness, with your indirect ways and your failure to set the tone and lead out the gate, she already thinks you were a bitch. So she's going to treat you as such. Now, let me just say this real quick, guys. Even when you're gamed up and you ain't no bitch, sometimes you're going to have the occasional woman that come out and she do some goofy shit. But how you respond to it, it's going to show her, I got the wrong guy. I misjudged who I thought this guy was. Exactly. Right? But his actions, all it did was show her he's exactly who I thought he was.
Right. And I'll say this too. You see, and shout out to the man mindset, Steve the Dean in the building. Shout out to Steve. Yes, sir. Shout out to Steve the Dean. You've become what you hate the most, man. This guy, you've become what you hate the most because you knew you was going to dine and dash. At some point, you realized you was going to dine and dash these hoes. And how does that make you better than them? How does that, you know what I'm saying? You're a fucking man and you're even more underhanded and dirty than they are. But you want to act like, oh, you think I'm dumb? Well, you ended up paying for my dinner, bitch. Peace. Like, you're just like bro.
He's worse than a woman.
He's worse than them because number one, you should have led, and if you were leading, you probably would have charged it to the game because she's not really interested in you. You understand? So that means we're not wasting nobody's time. We're not wasting no money. We're not even gonna go through the bullshit, guys. This is why game is so important because game is so powerful that you get to avoid the bullshit entirely. You see, a lot of you cats, y'all love to complain. Like, so Miles, I met this girl and then I asked her what she wanted to do. And then she suggested hibachi. And then she brought her friend. What should I have done, Miles? No, the game, it will tell you to not let it get that fucking far. The game would have told you to lead from the beginning. The game would have told you that if she said some opposite shit to fucking charge her to the game immediately and put your energies towards another girl or another woman. That's what the game would have told you. And then you would have been out on a date with a cooperative woman who was following your plan from the very fucking beginning. And then you would have been perfectly fine. That's why sometimes y'all niggas look at this shit, man.
Game, recognized game, and you looking kind of unfamiliar right now.
That nigga in the video was unfamiliar. Because nigga, here's the thing with a man. When a man makes a choice, a man got to deal with the choice. This is why the game is so important, because as men, we got to maintain our character. We can't do no underhanded shit even because these bitches is taking advantage of you. You should have known that from before, bro. And to know not to go on a date. But now that you're in the situation and you letting these bitches, because like you said, Kay, he could have easily said, hey, listen, I want y'all to know that all that shit y'all ordering, y'all paying for it yourself. Because this ain't even a date no more. This is a hangout because you brought your friend.
Yep.
Because check this out. I bet you it wasn't even in his plan to go to no hibachi. I bet you he don't even usually go to hibachi.
Nope.
You get what I'm saying? So that's not even a part of your masculine identity to be at a fucking hibachi restaurant. But you let this bitch drag you over here to this place. Why? Because you a bitch. You get what I'm saying? So now we're in a situation Right. Yeah. In his mind, he was thinking maybe if I keep going, I probably could. And then he when it was too late, he realized these chicks don't like me, or this chick don't like me, or whatever it is. You see what I'm saying? Bro, the only thing I would have said to them is I would have been like, oh, so when we done having dinner, we going back to my place for the threesome, right?
There you go.
See, and check their response. They'd be like, threesome? Oh my God, I don't even know you like that. Okay, we can do the hibachi thing, but understand y'all paying for your own shit. And then from there, they probably would have been like, well, forget it then. We don't need to. And then you could have sat down at the hibachi place and had your own dinner, or you could have just went someplace else and enjoyed the rest of your night and probably met another woman somewhere else, period.
And see, and Miles, and here's the funny part, because even though he acted like, like a weakling from the onset, because he was even planning to take her out to eat. That was the plan, was to take her out to eat. But he let her pick.
Right.
Right? So, number one, guys, do not take women out to eat when you first meet them, specifically for first dates. Don't do that, right? Keep it simple and do something that's short, right? For me personally, sharing a meal together is intimate, and you got to earn that. Okay? I'm not just going to give that to a woman just because. But also, even though he acted less than a man by even asking her what she wanted to do, and because he never led, right? He never led at all. He still could have manned up. Another thing he could have did, once he realized, oh, she got a friend with her, he could have been like, all right, I got something for these slick ass bitches. I got something for them. So as soon as the guy came over, he could have been like, hey, real quick, this is going to be on 2 tabs. The 2 ladies, they got their tab, and I'm gonna have my tab.
Yes.
Right. And they could have been like, what are you doing? No, I'm about to enjoy my meal. You guys enjoy yours. Just understand, though, y'all paying for whatever the fuck y'all order. So ladies, so what's going on? So how did y'all meet? How long y'all been friends? Right? I would have acted chilled than a motherfucker, bro. Like, and I would have been sipping my drink, and I would have been like, y'all ain't gonna order nothing? Hey, they'll have some water, right? Bro, I would have been rubbing it in the legs. I'm like that, right? I would have rubbed the shit in, right? But my thing is it never would have got that far with me anyway, because number one, guys, don't ask women what they want to do, where they want to go. You have all of that established.
Yes,
and then you let the woman know what it is you want to do, and then she consents to doing that, or she doesn't. If she doesn't consent to that, you know what you got. You know what you're working with. And here's the funny part. A lot of guys are going to see that clip from the ones who haven't saw it already, and they're instantly going to go to the women. Oh, these bitches ain't shit. Now, 2 things could be true at the same time. Okay, she wasn't shit, right? But 2 things could be true at the same time. The problem I have with a lot of these guys, especially guys that do content, they never provide guys with a solution to how to avoid even getting in that situation.
Exactly.
Right? See, they look at it as if women are just this way or they're not this way. No, that same woman who did that to him, she would not have done that to another guy.
Right.
Right? This is why we tell you guys, always set the tone, right, in the very beginning, but also only deal with women who are attracted to you, genuinely, specifically sexually attracted to you, right? Right. This is why when you're talking to women, take a little bit of time out to gauge her level of engagement, right? To gauge her receptiveness to what you're saying. And I say this, when you guys first meet women, before you even offer the date, it's incumbent upon you that you flirt heavy. Flirt heavy, right? To check how she's responding to that. Because if she's not responding in a way that's conducive to your bottom line, then you know to abort. It makes no sense to even offer a date at that point. A lot of these interactions you guys have with women, if you pay attention to what's going on, then you know already, you know what? She ain't really interested like she needs to be for me to offer her a date. So let me go ahead and just, hey, you know what? Nice meeting you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And you walk off. But because a lot of you guys are so pussy, you're so cowardly in the way that you interact with women, you can't even tell that this woman is not really interested. Because a lot of you guys, unfortunately, you just want the woman to say yes to something.
Right.
You want her to say, yes, I'll see you, or yes, here, you can have my number. And that's good enough for you. For me, that's not good enough for me, because I know for a fact women give guys their number all the time and they're not interested. I know for a fact that women will accept your date offer and they're not interested. I know for a fact women will show up on the date and they're still not interested. But when you're gamed up every step along the way, you can see the signs, you can see the red flags that, you know what, let me go ahead and abort. Let me back away from this situation because I can tell Shorty ain't with it and she just trying to play with a nigga. And I can't have that. Right. Real quick, guys, the call-in line is open, 919-647-9392. Hey, y'all better call in now. 919-647-9392. If you got a question, put a Q in the chat. There we go.
All right. This is anonymous. Name, age, city. What's up?
Dave, 28, Alabama. What's up, guys?
Who this?
Hey, bro, I don't like the way you said "what's up, guys," bro. That was very
yeah. You right. I was fucking with you. Dave, 28, Alabama.
Oh, Dave, 28, Alabama. Okay, what's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Man, what's up, y'all? Look, this is my question.
Mm-hmm.
Women are very deceptive. Y'all, we know this, and they play a lot of games. So my question is, why do we owe them what y'all saying we should give them? If they playing and doing bullshit, why do we owe them the truth?
bro. Okay, Dave. Yeah, and I want everyone to listen. The truth is not for the woman; it's for you. Okay, so let me expound upon that, Dave. Isn't it more fulfilling to tell women the truth and you still get what you want out of it? Because you know you can be yourself and basically tell women, if you fucking with me, you fucking with me on my terms only, and women still fuck with you. Ain't that more fulfilling to do it that way?
Yes, but I'm specifically saying in this example, if I just think that if women get to doing bullshit and want to play games, made a better man win. I know we gonna.
Oh, wait. We gotta break that. We gotta break that whole statement down. What did you just say? Made the better man win. So you in direct competition with a female? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying, brother? No. Hold on.
Can I finish? Okay, go for it.
You said, if women, number one, you're focused on the women. You're pedestaling the women. You're letting what the women do affect your character and your choices in your masculine identity. So that means and then you had the nerve to say, let the better man win. So you are equating a woman. You're literally putting a woman on your level. Don't you see that, brother? Don't you see that?
No. So let me explain it to you a different way. My masculine identity is intact. If a female is playing with me, I don't owe her that. If you are trying to play me or deceive me in any kind of way, I'm going to turn the other part of me on. It can go this way if you operate this way, and it can go that way if you operate that way.
Dave, okay. Hold on, Dave.
It's no different. It's no different than y'all saying, if a woman's not following my lead, I cut her off. I just have different response. But
but see, Dave, you said something about a masculine identity. You're not in tune to your masculine identity, right? Because, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because listen, brother, listen. Dave, chill for a second.
Okay.
Listen. From a man's perspective, right? When you have standards and you're a principled man, you don't deviate from that. You don't allow a woman's silliness or nonsense get you off your square. So when you see a woman that's on some goofy shit, you can just be like, you're dismissed. That's it. You're dismissed.
Dave,
listen.
Watch this. This is my last point. Watch this, K-Zaggy. You just imposed a consequence. Hey, she's not following me. You're dismissed. That's the consequence. My consequence is, hey, you're not doing this, so I'm finna treat you this way.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. It's just
that mine is
Here's the difference. Let me explain the difference to you. Brother. If I see a chick bullshitting me and I cut her off, I get to maintain my character and continue to be exactly who the fuck I am. You, on the other hand, you're going to allow that woman's debauchery to turn you into a debaucherous person. That's the fucking difference. And if you don't see that, then we don't have nothing to talk about.
You don't owe her that,
bro.
You owe yourself that, Dave, bro. Look, here's the thing. When we talk about manhood, Listen, brother, listen. Bro, when we talk about manhood, hold on. When we talk about manhood, we talk about standards, principles, integrity, honor, and dignity, amongst other things. It's not about the woman. It's about you maintaining your integral position as a man.
But I don't owe her my integrity.
Bro, you're not doing it, bro. Stop. Dave, stop. You are not maintaining integrity for her, my nigga. Why do you keep saying I don't owe her that? You don't owe anything to the woman and she don't owe anything to you. But if you see her dealing with bullshit, you can leave her alone so you can maintain your integrity for yourself, bro.
Or you could do what the guy did and out bullshit her and then leave her alone, man.
But now, okay, so Dave, you don't care if you become a bullshitter because you fucking with bullshit people.
I don't.
Okay, good. Continue to live your life, but stop calling us, bro. This game ain't for you. Stop fucking calling us.
Why are you getting emotional?
Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you. Say whatever you want to say. Say whatever you want. No, it's not a difference in opinion. 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 It's not a difference in opinion, brother. You need to stop calling us. You need to stop calling us, bro.
I'm talking to you.
You need to stop calling us. I don't give a fuck what you doing, bro. You don't understand what the fuck we're talking about. You don't understand what the fuck we're talking about. You don't understand what the fuck we're talking about, bro. You don't understand what the fuck we're talking about. You're the same bitch ass nigga just like in the video. You're the same bitch ass nigga just like in the video. You're the same bitch ass nigga just like in the video. You bring yourself down to the level of a bullshitting ass female because you don't understand what being a fucking man is. You don't understand what being. Why reciprocate with someone that's on a bullshit level?
If I punch you in your face, you're going to try to punch me back in my face. That's reciprocation. If you do some shit, there's consequences to doing shit, Miles.
Nigga, if you, the only way you would punch me in my face is if you fucking crazy. Because I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna do anything for brother. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. This is what I'm trying to explain to you, bro. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. Being the type of man that I am, I'm not gonna put myself in position for anybody to have an issue with me to the point where they would just haul off and punch me in my fucking face. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Calm down. I'm not threatening you. It's an example. I'm simply saying
not about
that or if anybody hits you in your face, you're going to want your lick back, man.
Nigga, you don't understand. You're not listening to me. You're not listening. You put yourself on the same level. You put yourself on the same level as bullshit people. That's why a nigga like you would even think of getting punched in the face just for no fucking reason. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. The difference between you, bro. Why the fuck do you call us, bro? Why do you call us? Please explain that to me.
I call y'all because I agree with a lot of y'all points, but you got to stop acting like a bitch when a nigga don't agree with your points, bro.
No, it's not.
Have you been punched in the face before for no reason?
That, bro. It's not about that, bro.
Like a man.
Yo, 773. You're on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set show. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Yo, what's up, man? How's J-Ron Page? I hope all is well, bro. It's Kelly Moore. I hope everything is good, man.
Kelly Moore. Shit, Kelly. It's been a minute since I heard from your ass, nigga.
It's football season. He coming back out now. That's what's up.
That's exactly the reason, bro.
That's exactly I know, nigga. I know.
I hope all is well. Wait, can y'all hear me, Miles? Because I just got an Android phone. I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Oh, shit. Hey, nigga. Perfectly, brother. We ain't taking none of that, nigga, when it comes to Android phone. No, we trying to. Jay Bizzle, thanks for the $4.99. Go ahead, fam.
We hear you. Jay Bizzle with the $4.99. Yeah, we hear you, brother. Go ahead.
Shit, hold on. Damn. Hey, Miles, let me call y'all right back. This Android fucking up.
Oh my God.
Hey, man, he just called to talk shit, man. Yo, man, look, ain't nothing wrong with that Android.
No, but here's the thing, guys. You got to understand this. This is exactly why masculinity gets a bad rap, because too many men want to involve themselves in the level of the people that they should be trying to avoid. You understand? Because when you carry yourself at a certain caliber, at a certain level, you know, they say wise men don't argue. Who this?
What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? Can we calm down and re-talk?
No, hold on. Just hold on. Let me. I'm gonna finish my thought. I want you to. This because,
so mad.
bro.
I was listening.
Take it easy. Take it easy. No. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Okay, I'm done.
Because I don't want you to poison. I don't want you to poison the minds of my brethren. That's the problem with it, bro. And that's why I take it so seriously. I'm not emotional, but I'm purposeful. I'm not emotional. You can talk all that shit you want to talk. It's not about being emotional. Because even if I was in front of your face, I would still be speaking with the same passion. Now, if you want to punch me in the face, then we might have a problem. But I wouldn't swing on you. I wouldn't swing on you.
It was an example.
No, I don't. No. I'm explaining something to you because a lot of you motherfuckers think this is anger. This is not anger. This is purpose. Do you understand? What I'm trying to explain to you is that wise men say a wise man shouldn't argue with fools because people from a distance don't know who is who. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing for me to get involved with a woman's bullshit just so I could pull a bullshit move at the end of the evening. What does that make me? That doesn't make me a man anymore. That makes me a bullshitter.
Yes, it do,
that makes me no, brother.
Saying,
stop. Let me finish. That makes me just as fucking shitty and fucking manipulative and tawdry and twisted and perverted as that fucking female for being involved in the shit. When I'm saying that if I'm a man and I know who the fuck I am, I'm going to charge her to the game as soon as I see the bullshit so I can maintain my integrity and my character. That's what it's about, brother. So I don't need to reciprocate. I don't need to reciprocate nobody's bullshit just to prove a point, because now that makes me a bullshitter and that diminishes my fucking character, bro.
Okay, Miles, I'm gonna use a story that you used a long time ago. It was about this woman. She got locked up overseas. Right? And the woman, she was yelling and she was just acting out of pocket with the men over there. Those men over there don't play with the women over there. They impose a consequence. So the point I'm making is we do not owe them masculinity. The reason why most of these women are the way they are because they used to benefit from
Wait.
Dave G, did you say
they freely get shit from men?
Bro, hold on, real quick. Shut up. Hold on, real quick, Dave. Hold on, real quick. Shout out to Kelly Moore for the dub. Appreciate the 20, bro. All right, y'all go ahead.
I was listening to the whole show on the way coming back here, and I think the number one thing that you got mixed up is this: you owe yourself to be the masculine person. It has nothing to do with her. So when you say she doesn't deserve my masculinity, like you can turn it off and on. It's you automatically should be a certain way. And when that dude went to dinner, first of all, he shouldn't even got there, because if he feels like something is up with her mentioning hibachi, then he would have told her, nah, I ain't feeling that. This is what I'm feeling. Do you want to go or not go? Because I was breathing and living without you before I met you. I'm going to breathe and live again without you. It's no problem. Then on top of that, when he got there and the friend was there and she said, is it okay? You're not really asking me because the friend is already here. So no, it's not okay. Apparently you guys wanted to go out on a date with yourselves. I'm out. This has nothing to do with me. This is what y'all wanted to do. He could have saved himself then. When she ordered, he could have said, hey, hold on. What are y'all trying to order? But he wasn't man enough or masculine enough to do any of that. So it has nothing to do about what he owes her. He owes himself to be a masculine man.
And
that's the part.
This is what I'm saying. He didn't do nothing that jeopardized him. He played her game and won.
This is the part you're missing, though.
He does
this is the part you're missing.
All right, Dave. Let
me tell you the part you're missing.
Well, hold on, J. Roman. Can LeBron James go play in the WNBA?
I mean, shit, the rules are crazy.
Listen. Answer my fucking question, brother. Can LeBron James go officially?
I don't fucking know. You got trans playing in all kind of sports.
Oh, you one of those niggas. You one of those niggas. All right, go ahead, J. Roman.
Yeah. This is the part that you're missing, and I'm gonna just playing it out. You are too busy and you're an undefined male right now. Because I don't care who's looking at me. The judgment of me is me. So my report card, I don't have a report card from anybody else but me. And I'm tougher on me because I know the type of man that I want to be. So my thing is, who are you looking for your report card from? From her? I owe her to diss her and say, are you setting the example? This is the part that a lot of people don't understand. Women are naturally going to follow your lead, naturally. Because when leadership is not there, they fill in the gap. When leadership is there, they don't fill in that gap. They automatically follow you. They're either going to follow somebody that's being a bitch or not. But either way, they're going to follow you because they're going to fill in wherever you're lacking. And so you mean to tell me the best thing for him to do was to act like a female and get up and walk away from his responsibilities of a bill? That was his best option right there.
Okay, he just said something important. How the fuck is that his responsibility? That she decided
Because he
to
let
bring
it
her
happen.
friend in order the whole fucking
Dave,
thing.
Dave, did he or did he not let it happen, brother? Did he or did he not let it happen?
Was she or was she not complicit in the happiness?
Hold on one second.
Okay.
Hold on one second.
Dave, hold on, Dave.
Shout out to Oak Town's Finest for the $9.99 super chat. He said, throwing some change in the game jar for the fellas on the panel today. Salute. All right.
Let me ask you something, Dave. Let me ask you this question.
Hey, y'all need to super chat and talk because I know y'all talking shit about me in the comments. So y'all need to super chat.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm trying to get you paid, nigga. Fuck you, talking about.
Let me ask you a question. I'd rather you understand this than try to get us paid.
That's what you don't understand. We don't. Oh my God. See, you a different kind of nigga, Dave. But you cool. I ain't really got no problem with you personally. But nigga, you a different kind of nigga. You really think that that's what we do? We know how to go viral. We know how to get messy and shitty. We know how to start beef. You think we don't know that shit? You think we don't know how to get up in the chat? No, you know what we do? You know what we do when niggas get messy in the chat? We kick them the fuck out because men don't. Again, wise men say a wise man shouldn't argue with fools. So why would I get engaged? You tell me I'm trying to get you paid. That's not how I like to get paid. I like to get paid by talking the truth and being a fucking man.
Righteousness. Okay, Dave. Peep game, Dave. Peep game. Dave. Brother, listen. Hold on real quick, J. Roman. Listen. Dave, listen. And for all the young men listening, here's the thing. Okay, just in case guys have forgotten. The premise of this channel, the premise of the Real Game No Theory podcast, the premise of what Jay Roman does with Miles, Lucario, Fifth, Steve, Dre, Taekwondo, everybody is rooted in manhood. Everything is about being a man first, right? So what we're trying to convey to these young men is how to conduct yourself like a man. And you don't go tit for tat with no female. That's not how men behave, brother. Y'all got it.
So my question is this, man. You're saying this. So do you follow women or do you set the lead?
And the order of things, I think we should just let them struggle.
No. I'm not talking about let them do this. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about you. Do you follow a woman or do you set the lead?
I set the lead.
Okay, so why would you argue?
I wouldn't have been.
Wait. Why would you get on this show then and argue something that you don't even do?
Because I still don't disagree with how he handled it. I wouldn't have been in this situation. It's just that I'm not.
No. You're trying to put sugar. You're trying to put sugar on shit, and it's still shit. I'm asking you the question: why do you get on here, get on the show, and promote something that you wouldn't even do?
Because I don't see it. What he did is wrong.
That's it right there.
I wouldn't do it. Listen to what I'm saying. I wouldn't do it, but I'm also not gonna say he's wrong for doing it.
Well, he's wrong, motherfucker. I'm telling you.
Then I'm gonna tell you right now. No matter how much you consider yourself a man, your man level, you got to go up another level. Because I don't care who it is. If I am representing myself as a man and I see something that ain't manly like,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna judge you like that. It's either men or no men. We're not standing in line here. There's no more lines. You either winning or losing. You're either man or not.
I'm gonna move on to the next call because when you anonymous, it won't let me merge the calls. All right, so I gotta go. We're gonna go.
I'll talk to y'all later.
I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for the call, though. Appreciate you. Because that honestly, the reason why I even let him back on the call is because in 773. Hold on 1 second. I just want to explain something real quick. Reason why I even let him back on the call, right, is because I want y'all to understand that there's a lot of young men. There's a lot of men in general that think like this. It's a lot of guys that think that they on the same level socially as a woman, that think, oh, well, if she bullshitting and if she lying, then I'm a lie too. And I'm a bullshit too. Guys, you got to understand we different from them. They're not like us. Kendrick Lamar and all that. They're not like us. We not like them. A man is a fucking man. A man only answers to God. And when I got to answer to God, what I look like in front of God, bullshitting with a female and dining and dashing because a bitch tried to manipulate me and arguing and going back and forth. Y'all don't understand that when you lie with dogs, you come up with fleas. You don't understand that when you mingle with dirty people, you get dirt on you.
She made me do it.
Like, come on, we can't. This ain't manhood, brother. To go back and forth. This is why you're not even supposed to argue with a female. Just like how you're not supposed to argue with a child. You tell a child what to do and they're supposed to just fucking do it. You're not supposed to argue with a female, and you're not supposed to get involved in the manipulation, the bullshit, the twistedness, the dysfunction. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to maintain your integrity and your character as a man, because that's what is necessary to keep the fucking the society, the community, the family righteous for real. You see what I'm saying? But 773, you got it. 773.
Yo, round two, Miles. J. Roman, hey, Jack, let's try this one more time.
Yes, sir.
All right, Kelly.
And man to man, bro, my apologies if I interrupted y'all show the first time. I'm still trying to figure out how to work this Android and shit.
No, you're good. It's not the Android, it's the user, fam. It's the user. Don't say Android like it's the phone, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's the user.
All right, go ahead, Terry. Go ahead, bro.
well, temporarily it's not right now, okay, Zach. But yeah, definitely wanted to give you guys a shout out. Definitely love the topic for the show for today. I know it's been a while since I tried to, call back, but I had some shit I have to deal with. But as men, we all deal with shit. You got to deal with it and just move the fuck on. Ain't shit you can do about it, but just deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But my question for today, Miles K. Zach and J. Rome, as a man, when it comes as a man, we lead, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, does every man have their own? Does every man lead the same, or does every man have their own ways of leading this shit?
No. Okay. So real quick, right? So what typically happens as young boys, right? And this is why having a father in the home or having a strong presence of a masculine man, whether it's a football coach, an uncle, a grandfather, stepfather, even, this is why that's so important, right? Because as men, we're supposed to rear these young men and show them how to walk in the footsteps of a man. We're supposed to show them that. So based on your upbringing, based on your influences in life, whether it's directly in your home or outside of your home, music, television, media, all of that has an influence on your perception of what it means to be a man and what it means to lead, right? But at some point, regardless, once you reach a certain age as a grown man, you know what's up. You know what ain't cool and what is. You just know this. Inherently, you know that, and this is why you have some guys that gravitate to us and they will say, I didn't have a man in my life. I know how I'm moving. A man ain't supposed to move the way I'm moving. I know, and deep down inside, I know it ain't right. I need some guidance, right? So this is why you got the masculine identity membership, you got the bad boy membership, you got the man mindset, you got manhood as a skill set, J. Roman 50 with the silverback and all of that. It's because they say, based on what that brother is saying, I can relate to it, and I feel like that's something I kind of want to model myself after. Not model yourself after us, but model yourself after the teachings and things of that nature, right? It's important. But we all lead differently, but there should be a baseline of what we do. The baseline is integrity, honor, dignity, standards, principles. Y'all got it.
Mm-hmm. To answer your question, I want to answer your question with kind of like an illustration. Kelly, and I said Terry earlier. Forgive me, Kelly Moore. So you look at the sign for male. Look at the male gender sign, right? It's a circle with an arrow coming off it, right? Now you got to understand,
right?
It's 360 degrees, right? But 360 degrees in the I guess you could call it the esoteric mathematics world. That's an infinite amount of possibilities. Do you understand that?
Right.
All the angles around a circle represent all possible angles. Now, just think of each man as having his own arrow with his own trajectory, because that's really what the masculine sign is symbolic of. The fact that we all as men have our own direction. Do you get what I'm saying visually?
Yeah. So it's like we have the circle and every man goes their own direction.
Every man goes their own direction. So my arrow coming off the circle might go a little bit northwest. You understand? J Roman's arrow coming off the circle might go, maybe southeast, and K Zag his arrow probably go to the north and a little bit to the left. Whatever. The bottom line is, every single man is an individual. This is why I talk about a masculine identity, because all of us got something that makes us different from the next man, and that is the superpower that we all have as men. That we gonna do some things similar because we all human beings, but we're gonna do a lot of things different. You see what I'm saying? And it's those differences that, for example, it's those differences that will make a woman, right? Just as an example, that will make a woman meet you, spend time with you, and notice those subtle differences. Notice that you do things different. Notice that your voice is different. Notice that your body is different. Your morning breath is different. The way that you fucking tie your shoes might be different. Your choice of style, the clothing you wear is different. The words that you choose, your tone, your accent, because you from, like if you listen to Jay Roman talk, you could tell he from that Oakland area. You get what I'm saying? You listen to me talk, you could probably pick up that I spent some time in Brooklyn. Like certain things, everything about you is your masculine identity. And that, for example, is what makes a woman say, shit, I can't get this anywhere else. And I love this. So the fact that you enhance that, the fact that you lean into that, the fact that you behave as that man without apology, and you do it consistently with a consistency of character and righteousness, that's what puts you and sets you apart from all other men. So of course you're going to lead differently.
So let me say this real quick, Kelly, real quick. I just got to shout out some people. Unique 79, and shout out to you for being a member of the channel. When a man focuses on tit-for-tat situations with women, he is mirroring her energy when she should be mirroring the way he moves. Facts. Tit-for-tat methods will not make her respect him whatsoever. Facts. And exactly. I got some super chats. Danny P with the $4.99. Appreciate you, fam. And also Derek Featherstone with the $9.99. All right, y'all got it, man.
Yeah. So to answer your question, for me, I'm gonna say one of those things where both can be true, right? And the reason why both are true is like what Zag was saying. The baseline of who you are, that baseline of manhood, is going to be those principles that are just consistent, that are just there. And it's kind of funny how even though we may do things differently, we all get to the same point where you're standing there and the people respect you, or you have a woman that respects you, a family hierarchy and everything, whereas it's respecting, and that leadership is there. Now, differently, yeah, there might be different things that we do, but that baseline is going to be there for the same results to be there. And just example, I like my bed made in the morning. Whoever gets out of that bed needs to make, whoever's last getting out of that bed needs to make that bed. And so my bed will be made. Now, some guys, that might not be their thing on what they want, but if when the last person getting out of the bed, I make the bed. So it doesn't matter. The rule is still there. And this is how I want that room to look. So somebody else, that might not be their thing. But however, whatever your thing is, consistency and those manhood traits, it's still going to be the same. Now, how you do it may be different, but the end result, it should be the same. The end result is you standing next to people. And it's kind of funny. You'll stand in a group of men and you guys will start talking. And then you hear that one dude be like, man, happy wife, happy life. and then you kind of realize, like, yeah, they not like us. Like this dude,
pretty much.
This dude ain't like me. Now he ain't got to wear what I wear. He ain't got to move like I move. But you can tell certain guys that understand when they sit in the barbecue and it's time to eat, how the dudes don't move. And you realize, like, oh, okay, yeah. And then there's that one fixing the plate. Oh, I don't mind fixing my own plate. Now that might be his thing. It might not be your thing, but at the same time, at the end of it, you already know, because you'll see it and it resonates with you, and you get drawn to people that, hey, what's up, man? I see you. You can see those people. You know those people.
Yeah. Let me say this real quick. Let me say this, and I'll pass it back to you, Kelly Moore. Let me say this. This is what guys don't understand. Back to the clip where the guy dined and dashed. Him doing that didn't fix the problem that is him. He didn't accomplish anything. All he accomplished was like, nanny, boo, boo, I got you back. That's on some kiddie shit. But it did not fundamentally alter his mindset and his way of thinking, right? Because what he needs is a reboot, right? Someone need to come in and readjust his way of thinking so he won't ever be in that predicament again, right? And that's the problem with a lot of these guys when they listen to these YouTubers and see these videos and they see women getting screamed at and they getting their comeuppance and all of that. And it's great for entertainment. It's great for guys that have this vitriol and angst towards women to see that type of shit. But that doesn't really help you, though. It really doesn't help you on your journey of becoming a better man for yourself, not for no woman, for yourself. Because we have to go back. The reason why that guy was even in that predicament, because he made a lot of mistakes, right? He made a lot of missteps that even brought him to the point where he's sitting at the fucking hibachi place with these two females. He made mistakes that brought him there. So instead of focusing on tit for tat and what the women did, let's focus on what you did or didn't do that even led to you being in that situation. What y'all got?
Right.
I was hoping it was going to be a story of how I got my first threesome or something like that. Like, he went in there and was like, oh, okay, you brought somebody on the date. Yeah, there's enough for me to go around. Like he didn't change it to anything but a victim. And dudes can't be a victim.
Right. Facts. That's it. So what else you got, Kelly?
Oh, well, I'm gonna be fast, Mouse. I know I got other lines. Well, I'll tell you this, man. This is why I thank God why I found you and Lucario so many years ago, because I would never do no shit like that. I ain't going back and forth with no woman. I ain't never doing no shit like that. I'm gonna do me, and she can either get with it or she can bounce. But yeah, the reason why I asked that, and thank you for your answer too. The reason why I asked that is because I'm slowly transitioning into a new profession, kind of, and I kind of apply what I learned from you and Lucario, Zach, and Steve all over the years and shit.
Yeah.
As far as leadership and manhood.
Yeah.
Because I'm still playing football and shit overseas and shit, but I'm slowly transitioning into coaching, and I'm developing a passion for the shit.
Yes, sir. Good thing.
It's a different style. It's a different way of leadership, but. Yeah. But just recently, I just coached my first young game or some shit.
Congratulations! Congratulations!
Appreciate it, bro.
Congratulations! And I just want to pause for a second, and I want to commend you. I want to commend you for looking at yourself, realizing how much you love the sport, and evolving. Do you understand? Because a lot of people would look at things, another way, probably in a negative way, and be like, man, fuck football. If I can't be a player, then fuck it. I don't give a fuck. If I can't be in the spotlight, if I can't play on the team, then it ain't, football ain't got nothing for me. You get what I'm saying? But it takes a real man to realize, look, let's be honest. What I really love deep down is football, and any way that I can be around it and also get paid and lead young men, bro, that's a blessing. You get what I'm saying? So I just want to commend your evolution in the sport that you love. All right, bro?
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there, man.
I learned a lot about myself.
I've been there. I coached for 15 years. And it's a tough transition from when you realize you can't do what you think you can do.
Real talk.
Right? You can't do what you think you can do mentally. Even when I was coaching, I used to still race some dudes, put the speed on them and stuff. And then I started noticing 2 or 3 was beating me. 3 or 5 or 6, 10, 15. And I realized I can't even do this anymore.
Right.
I can't even, and so you get to a point where it's tough because something you love and you want to do for a long time just didn't love you back the way you wanted it to be.
Right.
And so you have to adjust. And I think that manhood is about adjusting, moving, but always surviving. I like to say I'm surviving with a smile. Like it's nothing in this world can hold me down, because I'm gonna keep moving.
Right.
Jay Roman, you said something. You said adjust. Right. Part of being an adult, whether you're a man or a woman, is adopting or adjusting. Because here's the reality of life. Life ain't always gonna be as you dreamed it. Right? Mm-hmm. So you have to deal with what's there, right? And the problem with people who don't know how to adjust and adapt, they just wallow in their own misery and they just complain, right? But when you can adjust and you can, adapt, right? You're going to evolve. You're going to evolve the way that you do things, and you can still make things work for you. You just have to switch your mentality to understand. Like even when you got guys complaining about the true nature of women and all of that, it's always existed. But now that you know the truth, instead of being bitter towards it or frustrated, adapt. And a lot of guys, they fail to adapt, and that's why they're struggling.
And I'll say that, I'll just add to that real quick. Gratitude comes in heavy when it comes to adaptation. You got to be grateful to understand how you're gonna see your next move and your next level of evolution. You got to be grateful, and you got to understand that things are working for you, not against you. But go ahead. You was actually getting to your next question. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I appreciate it, man, and appreciate you noticing the evolution, bro. Because it wasn't easy, but I learned a lot about myself.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm still learning. but while I was coaching a youth game, this why I asked you guys. I'm sorry, you were saying that?
No, you good. Go ahead.
Yeah, the reason why I asked this question about leadership and shit, I was coaching my first youth game, and I kind of got into a small verbal altercation with a player and shit. But like I said, I'm still learning coaching and shit. Mm-hmm. And I kind of went away from what I learned about manhood and leadership and what I learned from K-Zagan, Lucario, and you, Miles, over the years and shit. And what I learned from you guys over the years when it comes to situations like that, don't argue with the fucking player. Just sit your ass down and sit at the end of the bench and I'll bring somebody else in. I didn't do that. You see what I'm saying? And it cost us the game or some shit. That's why I kind of asked, is it best to change up, a way a man leads or some shit? Or does he keep it the same?
Well,
the roster.
No, well, real quick, my bad. Real quick, let me just say this. Learning how to lead yourself is a huge undertaking in and of itself. But being a leader of man, it takes a special kind of man to actually be a leader of man or men, right? Because now you're taking your experience, your knowledge, and your wisdom, and you're imparting that right on other young men. And when you deal with young men who actually admire you and respect you, bro, it's a lot of responsibility to make sure that you're leading them right. Okay, which is why when Miles and Dave were going back at it, Miles understands this. Right? He understands the power of being in that position and being in a position where you can facilitate your knowledge to young men. There's a responsibility that comes with that. That's like when you're dealing with women and you have women in your life, there's a responsibility to come to leading women the right way. And if you're dealing with a woman who don't want to be led by you, you don't fuck with her. You don't sit there and haggle and argue and negotiate with her. You're like, you know what? If you're not willing to, take this knowledge and this wisdom that I'm trying to impart on you, if you're not willing to take and let that marinate on your consciousness, I can't fuck with you, right? Because all you're going to end up doing, what Dave was talking about, is compromising yourself as a man. Like you compromise yourself by going on the back and forth with the young player. Right.
I'm gonna give it to you, Jay Roman, because you do have experience with coaching. But I just want to impart something real quick to Kelly Moore. Can you explain a little bit about the actual disagreement or issue that you had during the game that caused you to argue with the player?
Sure. So in like football terms and shit, because I'm a defensive minded guy. The team we were playing up against, they had a bunch of athletic guys. So I told them, hey, let's just stay in. Let's do it this way. Like, let's stay zone.
Okay.
And it was working for a bit. So when they hit one play or some shit, the guy came up to me and was like, no, let's just go. Let's do it this way.
Right.
I said, no. We're going to stay with it this way.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Then they another play, and then I called timeout. I'm like, well, why'd y'all? It's because he went back to what he was doing. So I was like, why'd you guys go away from what I was saying?
Right.
So me and the player going back and forth, like, no, this ain't work. We got to go, man. Like, no, bro, this not what I said. This not what I told you to do. And me and him, I kind of, well, now that I'm thinking about it and learning from it, Miles, I kind of did what Dave, the guy who just called in, did. He matched the chick's energy and shit, and thought that was the best way to do. I was matching the player's energy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I was going forth with them, and everybody saw it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody was looking at us arguing for a minute, and like it almost cost us a timeout. So I told him, just stay a man. So just stay what I was doing.
Right.
You know
So Kelly, real quick, one of the responsibilities of masculine leadership is you knowing how to empower other people to make decisions and also how to delegate. So what I mean by that is you teach your players, right? But also you teach them and you empower them to come up to you like a man and be like, hey, coach, I have an idea, right? And they should be able to come to you respectfully, of course, and say, hey, because we're actually on the field seeing this go down in real time. Hey,
Real
coach.
time. Yeah.
So I think we should go man to man, and this is the reason why. And you're supposed to be able to trust your leadership, the fact that you were able to give them that knowledge where they can see shit too for themselves, right? Just like if you got a woman, right, there might be certain times where your woman sees something you don't see, right? And because you've empowered her and you delegated certain responsibilities to her, she sees something you don't see, and she can come to you and be like, hey, babe, I know you're used to doing it this way, but look, I'm seeing something you don't see. Perhaps we should consider this. And then you look at it, you take your pride and your ego out of it for a moment, and you be like, babe, you're right. Right? And I've had that happen where I've had women come to me and say, hey, I just think we should do it this way. Now, they still would have did it my way if I wanted to, but they just came to me and said, I think we should do it this way. I think this way would work better for what you're wanting to do. I listened to it. You're right. But y'all got it.
You got it, Jay?
Yeah. Kelly, I know how hard that is, man, because you practice something, you implement something, and you put it in to win. You put it in to put your team in the best position to be successful. And even if they don't believe it, in your mind, you believe like, hey, this is the best thing we need to do. We might have had a few bad plays, but it's okay. They're trying to lullaby us and stick us in man so they can take a bigger advantage of us.
Hold on. Look at Jay Roman. Bro, y'all niggas can't be this slow. Y'all niggas can't be this slow.
No, it's okay. It's okay, Zach. Let Jay Roman keep cooking. Let Jay Roman keep cooking. Let's not do that. These niggas is dumb.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I understand the passion behind it and everything, and I've been there with some kids, some players, because at that moment you want to say, hey, do your job, do what I asked you to do. At the end of the day, I'll take responsibility for it, right? And that's a coach that comes and says, hey, I didn't get you prepared, I didn't set you up, I didn't do the things that I need to do for you to be successful. That's on me. For you not to follow my lead, that's on you. So my thing is, like, at some point, that sand in the line is drawn, and you got to stick to it. Now, how you handle it is the difference. You arguing with the player, hey, that dude would have been on the sideline and next person up to do what I asked them to do. I'd rather lose this game than to argue with you and to become a kid like you. I am a coach. Now, Zag is right. The more you coach, you get better each year because you learn from your mistakes. You see the good things, you see the bad things, and you go from there. So you will teach your players to say, hey, coach, I'm seeing something. But that's earned too, right? That's not just given, it's earned. Where you say, okay, I got a player here. I know who's a baller. I know he's shown in film study that he knows exactly what I want from this team, and he's telling me new information.
It's a level of trust.
That's a level, that's a level of trust there that he's built upon. It's not just given. So you're going to find your way in coaching, but this is the one thing I really want to say to Miles and to you is recognizing real advice, and good advice transforms from any situation. It goes from dealing with relationships with your parents, to your children, to your job, your boss. And I'm glad you were able to recognize that and say, hey, I can apply these life learning lessons to this new venture that I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, it happens. Don't get too down on yourself.
Right.
Just learn from it. And I would go to that kid. I would have a one-on-one with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I would tell him, like, hey, man, I'm apologizing to you because as a man, I don't ever want to see you act like the way I acted.
Right.
I'm not only here as your coach, I'm here as an example, whether you like it or not. And that didn't represent our team and it didn't represent us. And I'm apologizing to me on that level. Now, you ain't got to apologize to me, but I need you to work on this and to go from there.
Yeah.
So, because my thing is, I am not going to demand an apology for when I should have been the leader in the situation in the first place.
Right. Real talk. Real talk. I'd like to say this, Kelly. So within the situation, right? Within the situation, and I'm kind of vibing off of what everybody's saying. You know, when K-Zag was talking about, you know, being able to adapt and show consistency and leadership, and Jay Roman is talking about being, you know, again, being a leader but showing what you're trying to be an example of for these young men, right? See, and I'll bring it back to this. And I've coached in some ways, and I've led in a lot of ways as well. But see, here's the thing: there's winning, and then there's winning, right? And what I mean is this: as a coach, I'm sure you want a spotless record, but there's some instances, especially for the fact that you just started. Because what game was this in the season?
Oh, this was like a young season game, young spring game.
No, but what it was like the first? It was like the first game in the season, or?
Yeah, this is like the first game.
First game. All right, cool. So here's what I'm saying. We understand that this is the first game, so we're still getting to know each other. You understand? Yeah, as a coach, you still learning how to coach, period. Let's just put that out on the table. You're still learning how to coach, period. Now, this is the first game of the season where, yeah, we in practice is cool. You know, we've been talking and all good, but now we in a game though. And everything is happening in real time. So now I know as a coach, you want to win and the team wants to win too. But what's the real win? The real win is to lead to lead and to make an example of how we should conduct ourselves as a team in order to win in another way, right? Because if this other team is already more athletic and we doing zone and it's not working, and now we trying to do man and it's not really working, then honestly this game is lost. So that's not the win that we're looking for now. The win that we're looking for now is learning how to come together in real time when our back is against the wall, as a coach and as my players. You get what I'm saying? That's the win. Now it's time. It's like, look, this game is already in the bag. They got this shit. They more athletic. They bigger. They stronger. Whatever the fuck. And it's our first game. We just coming together. It's okay. But now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna work on our communication skills. We're gonna work on, you know, why you think man should work. And I'm going to work on why, you know, explaining why I think we should stay in the zone. And if we can't come to an agreement, then we got to figure something else out, or we got to like I think Jay Roman said it about, you know, empowering the players to be able to explain to you something and give you the reasoning. But again, we're pressed for time because it's only so long in a timeout. Do you get what I'm saying? So we got to learn how to really catch that vibe with each other to understand where each other point of view is coming from, and then we could still figure something out in real time to help us to actually win. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the real win in this particular situation is really learning each other in that crunch time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's the real win, because the game is basically already lost, like you said. You get what I'm saying? So the thing is, as a coach, you got to say, okay, we got to figure out another way to win, even though the win it's going to be a personal win for our team. It's not going to show on the record books. It's just
Miles, that's tough to see in the moment, because the competitiveness in you is like, and especially when you fresh from playing. See, when you're your first year coach and you're fresh from playing, you got this mindset of, why can't they do what I used to do? Right? Like, I'm trying to teach them how to do it the way I used to do it. and it's not happening because they're not you.
Mhm.
So, you know, and then that whole feeling is like, hey, it sounds like, and let me ask you this, was this the most athletic kid on your team coming at you like this?
I say no, not really. I mean, I say probably the second or third. You know, he definitely not.
But he's one of them. He's one of them. He's one of them.
He's one of them. So he felt like he could hang one-on-one.
Yeah, though.
Yeah, but he felt like he could hang one-on-one, you know, in man coverage. And that's the thing. Like, it's not just about you, it's about the slow safety that ain't gonna hang one-on-one with his player. Like, so like the thing is, like, what you got here is that there's a couple things, like Miles is saying, they're learning you learning them. It's your first year coaching. You know, you haven't got it all down. You got your head coach screaming at you to stop the run. He's screaming at you to stop, you know, the bleeding that's going on. They gashing you for 15, 20 yards at a time. Every time he look at you, he ain't over there looking at you smiling. He like, do something. And then you got this kid in your ear talking about, we getting gashed out here in zone. Why don't we just go, man? You know that ain't gonna work. So you got a lot of pressure all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. Like, you're right. Manhood helps that whole situation out because
let me ask him a question. So what age are these kids?
They like young teens.
Okay, so is that little the player, is his father prevalent in his life?
Is his father? That I don't know.
Okay, and the reason why I'm asking is sometimes parents, especially fathers who are really active in a football thing or the sports thing, they tend to kind of undercut the coaches, and they'll say, hey, do this, do this, do this. Fuck what he's saying. Do this, do this, do that. So sometimes you have that going on. So kind of like when you deal with women, you have outside influences influencing the behavior of the child that's kind of circumventing what you're trying to do. So even with women, for instance, you deal with women, if your influence isn't strong enough, there's always someone from the outside that can influence the woman's behavior to act against or in opposition of what you're trying to do. But for him to take it upon himself to do something, either he think he know better, okay, which is very disrespectful, right? Yeah. Or someone got in his ear and made him think that he had it like that.
So one of my things for me is, even with my woman, when I ask you to do something, I want you to do it then. I don't want you to ask me any questions about it then. Because you're a grown woman, you can always ask me on why I'm having you do something, but not just then when I'm telling you to do it. You know, now for kids, I just, do what I told you to do because I wanted to do it. And if I feel like explaining it, I will. But as a grown woman, you can always ask me, but it doesn't always have to be in the moment when I'm telling you. Because now, to me, that feels like some resistance. So
rebellion.
And I always give this. I had to explain this example once where, let's just say, like your woman sitting down in front of the TV and she goes, "Babe, can you hand me a pen?" And you go, "Why do you want a pen?" "Babe, can you hand me a pen?" Why? What are you doing? Now, the commercial done passed. You want to write the number down to this commercial so you can call and get whatever, but it's done passed. You didn't get the number. How simple was it just to get the pen? And sometimes you don't always need the know why. I'm telling you to do something. I want you to trust me. You should know I have built enough equity where you know this is my guy, my dude. He is it. So if he's telling me to do something, it's on point.
Right.
So
and
with that kid,
they're building that with the team because it's the first game.
They're building that with the team.
Right.
But even so, you can come to that team and say, "Hey, I appreciate you recognizing what you think we should do. I like the football mind in you. However, when we on this field, at halftime is when you come to me with something else."
See, there you go. And you could have did that. Real quick, Dave G with the 5, he said, "I come to Zach's channel and get gang bang with ads." Shout out to the panel. Bro, just make sure you give those ads a proper reach around. But go ahead, do your thing, man.
Yeah, man. But Kelly Moore, anything else, brother? Anything else you wanna add or talk about? Because this is definitely a good conversation. Like, if you're a coach, you should clip this shit for real.
I love coaching, man.
Yeah.
Say again.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time, Daryl.
No, I said I love coaching. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, this shit different for me, but I'll learn as I go though.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely appreciate all lessons. Okay, Zach, Rome, and Miles. I'll definitely clip this one. You know, it's a learning experience, like I said, and you know, I'll definitely apply.
Yeah.
Apply what you said,
yeah.
you guys, to what I learned so far.
Yeah.
But you know, I ain't gonna pat myself too much on the back because you know, it's like you said, it's a first year coaching. Our first game, I can't panic that much.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Manhood is about learning, and whatever your profession is, it's gonna take a minute before I get it. You know
right.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jay.
I'm gonna tell you this, and this is the last thing I'll say. As in your coaching road, take it seriously. Keep coaching. Keep writing down everything that you do as far as, hey, we won this, or we did this, or I trained this running back, I trained this guy.
Journal.
Keep that. One of the best things I ever did was coach against a team, not against a team, but I got hired to coach on a team, and it was a live interview. They had like a panel of 7 people drilling me, asking me football questions. They wanted to see my coaching resume. They wanted to see my football resume, and I encourage all coaches, put together a football resume. You've done a lot more in football than you think. Put that football resume together and take it seriously and keep going up. You never know where you will be at, because one of the coaches that's coaching around you will see you take it seriously. It can change the whole coaching staff. Then on top of that, you never know what any of them going to go somewhere. And next you know, you're coaching at a high school, you're coaching at a college, you're coaching, you know, at somewhere else. You know, so this road, it takes work, it takes improving, and it takes you taking it seriously like everything else. And I say, if you do that, you're going to get a lot out of coaching.
We good on calls?
Yeah, we good on calls. And yeah, Kelly Moore, man, appreciate you, brother. Thanks for the call, man.
I appreciate you, Exact J. Robin.
All right, Kelly. Appreciate you, fam.
Safe out there. Be safe. Yeah, man.
Okay, since we only got one question, can't believe I'm even putting this goofy shit up here. So he says, I told her that I wanted to fuck her, and she just said, nice. I'm confused. Why are you confused? Guys, oh my God. My head is hurting even thinking about this. There's nothing, bro. She's not interested. There's nothing to be confused about. Guys, dealing with women is not complicated. Y'all make it complicated because you're too married to the outcome of what's going on with the woman. It's really not complicated. Either she's down to do what you want to do or she's not. It's not about trying to convince her or build rapport or get her comfortable or any of that. No, you let her know what you want to do. And if she doesn't respond with a gleeful, yes, I'm with it, then it's a no. Anything other than a yes is a no. And that's exactly how you should take it. There's nothing to be confused about it. You just don't know how to let it go and say, you know what? She ain't with it. Let me move on. So now you're probably in your head trying to figure out a comeback or a way to get her to respond favorably. And the reality of it is her saying nice is her saying no. She just said nice instead of no. But y'all got it.
Yeah, don't be confused, bro. Just focus on what you really want. And that's it. You don't need to be confused. If she's just focus on what you're doing. That's it. That's really it. Guys, you guys hang on women's words way too much. And shout out to Rich Carter with the 199 super chat. He says salute to the panel. Yeah, stop hanging on women's words. Pay attention to their actions. As men, we speak in action, right? So that means we take action and we pay attention to other people's action. And if the actions are not in line with our action, then we dismiss. And that's it. It's really that simple.
Yeah, I don't, man, come on. Like, you didn't even put what she said after nice or like, and then I swear most of your guys' conversations is through text, and I can't stand text.
Right.
You know, just if you got something to say to me, just call me. I'd rather have one 15-minute, 10-minute, 5-minute conversation for the whole day than have you texting me all throughout the day. Let's just
well, not only that, real quick, Rich Carter with the 199 super chat. Not only that, I bet you if we looked at his text messages, he talked about a bunch of bullshit. before even saying that. I bet you when he first met her, he didn't come out and say that. He talked about a bunch of bullshit. See, this is what a lot of you guys like to do. You like to start off being very vague and ambiguous with what it is you really want. You're very passive and indirect with the way you articulate yourself. And then at some point, you decide to let your nuts hang and you decide to say some fly shit to a chick, but it's already too late. She's already prejudged you as to what she thinks you are. So when you try and come like a man later on, she's like, it's too late. You had an opportunity to come out the gate, you know what I'm saying, with your nuts dangling and hanging and touching the ground, but you had them tucked in the beginning, and now you want to say some shit on the back end, and it's too late. You know, doesn't say you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. So a lot of times, the first impression you made, the woman already decided you're not that dude for her. You're not that dude that she want to fuck. You just don't know it yet. But once you say some shit about sex, she shows you real quick you're not that guy. So it's not confusing. You just don't want to accept the truth that you're not that guy. At least for her, you're not. All right. So we're good on calls, Miles?
Yeah, we're good on calls. I think Pete have a question too.
Yeah, I'm throwing up there.
Yeah.
So he says, I have a woman that's going to meet me at the beach later. Why y'all taking bitches to the beach? Should I tell her I'm going to try to fuck? No, it's too late. No. If I were on a date, he said, that's what I want to do. I don't want to scare her off. Bro, you see what he says? I don't want to scare her off. You see, right there, you're losing with that mindset of not wanting to scare a woman off. You're already behind the 8 ball, but you don't want to. See, why you ask her to come to the beach if all you want to do is fuck? Why you do that? Guys.
I mean,
guys.
did you even ask her to wear something for you? Like, did you direct her in any way?
No, he didn't do that, bro. He chose the date that he thought she would like. And the reality, he really want to smash. So what's going to happen when you get to the beach, right, is she's going to enjoy herself, and she's going to see some other dude with his shirt off. And when you look up after you get done building her a sandcastle, she's going to look up, and you're going to look up and see her talking to some other dude. And she's going to be putting sunscreen oil on his chest and shit. You're going to be like, man, what the fuck going on?
So you know what I did? We had ice cream cones, and I didn't pay for them. She paid for my ice cream cone.
Yes. Yeah, bro. And then he said, I want to do that, but I don't want to scare her off. Guys, I'm going to tell y'all something. Shh, don't tell the women that I told you. When you very first interact with women, I'm talking about face-to-face. I'm not even talking about necessarily on dating apps. I'm talking about face-to-face. The very first conversation you have. Women already pretty much determine whether or not you're the type of guy they would want to have sex with. Mm-hmm. They kind of already know, right? So he says, I don't want to scare her off. If you tell a woman you want to fuck and she ain't with it, she already decided she don't want to fuck you, right? So if you're dealing with a woman who is sexually attracted to you and you tell her you want to get it in, you're not going to scare her off because her mind is already there. Y'all got it.
That's facts, man. Yeah, don't you guys scare her off. If you're afraid, anything you're afraid to lose, you never had in the first place. So right. that whole part about I don't want to scare her off, that exposes that mentally you never had that girl. Mentally, you don't know about attracting women. You are just worried. You're moving in failure. You understand? Men move in confidence, not failure. You understand? You're moving in fear. You're already worried about losing the chick and you never even had her. So that's your first real mistake, in my opinion.
Well, and not only that, see, guys, again, we're talking about manhood. We're talking about standing on what you believe in and doing shit your way, right? Mm-hmm. So when we talk about dealing with women on our terms, I'm going to tell a woman exactly what I want to do. I don't care her reaction to it or her response or if she's offended or upset or perturbed. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, right? I'm just going to let her know what it is, and either she's about it or she's not. If she's not, I'm not mad at it. I'm like, all right, cool. All right, she ain't with it, right? But my thing is, like, even inviting a woman to a beach, like, I'm not doing it. Like, that's something I would do with a woman I've been dealing with for a minute.
That ain't first date shit. That's not first date shit, bro.
Because that's an all-day thing. When you don't go to the beach, that's not an hour thing. That's a few hours. So y'all be spending all this time with these women who, one, haven't earned it. Two, you don't even know she's really attracted to you like that.
Right.
So what's the point?
I'll be having a hard time with some of these questions because y'all don't just go out and have fun. Like some of y'all go and have fun. Like, first of all, Miles and Zag is right. So if you want to smash, I don't know what you're doing at a beach. You know, like that is a smashable place, but you know, at a certain time and whatever. But however, why are you in a public place when deep down inside all you really want to do is just smash? Then on top of that, you make this statement, I don't want to scare her off, and and so now you're at this beach the whole time you're thinking about smashing. She thinking she going to have some fun, be in a bikini or something, soak up some sun and run, and here you are like the whole time. So now at the end of the day, when you're finally getting, like Miles is saying, man enough to say something, you know, now she's ungenuine the whole day. Like, why didn't you just tell me this before?
Right.
Like, why you waste my whole time?
Well, the beach is, I want to get to know you. I want to spend some non-sexual time with you. That's what that represents. I don't think, guys, your date choices say a lot about what the woman thinks you're trying to do. Like, it says a lot about it. Real quick, SL, you can call in, or you can look at the questions that we put up, and you can see a common theme, and that is a Q followed by a question and a question mark, right? Also, King, Jobalani, or however you pronounce that, you can call in too and give us more backstory on your situation, right? You guys can call in. Don't be shy, right? Because if you're acting shy with us, we can imagine how you're acting with these females.
Yeah, right? There's no at this point in time, we're not charging for calls, so y'all could call in.
Yeah, and if you want to donate, we're not going to turn that down. You know, feel free. But at the bare minimum, donate a like. You can like the stream. It's free. You can like it. Just smash the button. Right. So hold on. Caller says, is it possible for a woman that lost sexual attraction to you regain it back? If so, how? Why would you care? Why would you care? Why would you care? Why would you? That sounds like work to try and convince a woman to re-engage you and be interested in you sexually. That sounds like a lot of work.
If it ain't your woman, and if it ain't your live-in woman, that's going to be a straight up no, and the how is a long road. So, you know, that's a no. Like Zach said, that's a lot of work. So if you asking this question right now, if she ain't your woman, then no, you cannot regain it. And I know these rom-coms. I know you fellas are looking at these rom-coms and these movies where a dude, you know, ain't really the attractive one and nobody likes him, and then he gets, you know, a makeover or whatever, and he comes back and he's more confident and he's more this, and next you know, all of them want him now. That's in the movies. That's in the movies. That is not real life, because at the moment that you ever call in and get some real help and get on one of these men program, at the end of it, you'll be that confident dude. You'll be that guy. That's it. But you're not even going to be worried about who's attracted to you or not. It'll be a non-question right at that moment. You'll be living life. It wouldn't even be bothering you. So,
okay, so let's jump to the next joint. That's your answer. Hold on, caller. So he says, is it confidence when you say if she wanted to leave, she would have left, but she chooses to stay because of our value? What? What? Is it confidence when you say if she wanted to leave? Okay, I'll just answer it like this, bro. I don't care if a woman stays or goes, bro. If she decides to stay, it's gonna be on my terms, right? And if she decides to go, then she can go. I don't. Okay, bro. I don't care, right? And let me just say this: just because a woman stays with you doesn't mean she values you. Okay, how many guys are in sexless relationships and marriages? Okay, just because a woman stays doesn't mean she values you. It just means she can still utilize you. Okay, there are still things she can benefit from, but while she's there, she's gonna disrespect you the whole time, though. So the real guys, how you really want to know if a woman values you is deal with her strictly on your terms and see if she follows. That's it. If she follows with glee and she's happy, you know what I'm saying, and she's following you and she ain't got no problem, She ain't bringing no drama to your situation. That's how you know she really values you. Just because a woman sticks with you, you know, you got people in 5, 6, 10-year relationships, and all they do is argue and fight. Where's the value in that? Y'all got it.
Right. Real talk, man. All right. Palm Tree be asking them crazy questions.
Yeah, because they ain't listening. Bro, at what point are y'all actually going to learn anything? Are y'all actually going to take what we say and go out in the real world and apply that shit? Or y'all just going to sit on here just asking these questions? Because judging by these questions, y'all, you ain't learning, bro. You're just watching, and I can't even say you're listening. You're just watching, right?
Guys, call in. We got about 20 minutes left. Call in, guys. Please don't.
I don't think
we ain't going past 3:30, bro. So call in or 2:30 Central Time. We ain't going past that. So make sure y'all call in. Go ahead.
Well, he says real quick, how do you go about approaching a woman with the guy on her side? Bro, but why don't you just deal with women that are by themselves? Like, y'all, bro, why would you just deal with a woman that's by herself? Like, why do you? It's like y'all see a dude with a chick, bro. They could be a couple, or he could be in the friend zone. But either way, you know what I'm saying? Just deal with women who are by themselves or women who are in groups. Yeah, y'all niggas are funny. Y'all are afraid to approach a group of 2 or more women, but you want advice on how to approach a chick with a dude. Come on, man. Like, y'all got it, man.
Look, the simplest thing is to just be like, hey, how you guys doing? How do you know each other? And that's it. And if they're a couple, then they're a couple. If they're not, then you say, hey, can I talk to you for a second? And you pull it to the side and do whatever you're doing. Or you could just, if they're not together, they're just friends, be like, hey, let me have you take down my number real quick. That's it. If it's that serious, if you gotta go fuck with a chick with a dude on her side, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bro, the number is scrolling across the screen. Bro, 919-647-9392. Bro, it's right there.
I want to know why.
Right there, brother.
I want to know why he wants to mess with the one with the dude on the side. Like, is it you really want something from her, or is that your ego where you want to, seem like you taking her from the dude that she's walking with on the side?
Now I will say this: if a woman is reckless eyeballing me and she got a man, I'm probably gonna holler. If she reckless eyeballing, I'm probably gonna get at her though. You know what I mean? If every time I look around, she doing this number, she all looking at me, I'm like, you know what? I'm about to go over there and holler at you, because obviously you want something, baby. I'm gonna give you what you came for, right? So real quick, so P says I can't smash at the beach. You can't. Yeah. You can't smash at the beach. Because, see, look, let me just say this real quick. Because, see, if you had any game about you, what you could have done was, you know what I'm saying? Because I got a little 3-man tent right here, right? So what you could have done was, right as the sun is going down, at dusk, you could have been like, hey, we're going to go to the beach, girl. We're going to grab a bottle of this and that. We're going to put this tent right on the beach, girl. And hey, whatever happens in that tent, you know what I'm saying? That ain't for public consumption. I just need to know, are you loud? Are you loud? Because I'm just saying, they might not see shit, but they might hear some shit, right? Mm-hmm. So you can't do that on the beach. You know what I'm saying? Niggas that are gamed up and actually know how to set shit up can make it happen.
Oh shit, we got 50.
I wouldn't recommend it on the beach because you might get arrested.
Right. We got 50 Fitzwell on the check-in. What's going on?
What up?
DC Touchmaster, what's going on with you, bro?
It's me. Everything is good. I just want to say, what's up, Jay Roman? From the left coast, Miles from down in the barbecue area, and he's acting with only belt buckles and top hats. Big gallon hat.
That's right. I do what I does.
I just want to say something about this too for you youngins out there. A lot of these guys listening, they under 18, but I'm gonna give them a couple of snippets. K-Zag said something a long time ago. K-Zag is funny. He said, y'all niggas are too elementary. You're too damn simple. You're asking questions that's like, you got to be shitting me. I did something in my practice, and I tell a lot of, in my practice, I have to be a certain way in the room, but out the room, you that nigga. Well, I got this one client with my law called my MVC, most valued client. She comes in there, and we talking, and we had a conversation. But this time, I just let my wig off, put the coat down, all of that. I was dropping F-bombs and everything. And something I said to her was, she laughed. I said, all niggas want to do is just bust off. She busted out laughing. And that told me, okay. And she was laughing more at who I was, not who I was trying to be, but who she was more comfortable, laid back. I could even say she accidentally flashed me one time and wasn't, she was so comfortable, so like, okay, yeah, because I was like that. And I said, okay, this is what it is. This is what it is. I understand this. I know this. This is what's happening. I can't take it too far, but I see what's happening. So guys, be your bitch, be you. If you say dumb, corny jokes, say dumb, corny jokes. Because if they like it, they like it.
That's it.
And that's just the bottom line. You got to be who you are naturally. If you are corny, fucked up with the tape between the glasses, nerd motherfucker, be that way. Be that way. Get some motherfucker Burka tape and put in between there, and that's your own fucking style. Be that way. Just be you. Be goofy. And I'm the goofiest, dumbest motherfucker out there. But shit I say, people be laughing at, and I'm like, that wasn't that funny. But it was real to me, and that's why I say it. So be yourself, y'all. Be you, and that shit will get wet. You'll be slipping on juices. All type of shit will happen.
There you go. Well, and a lot of guys, they're not comfortable in their own skin. Okay, and I say that because they stay camouflaging themselves. They stay hiding themselves. So a woman can't even really bask in your true personality and the essence of your masculine identity, if you will. She can't really bask in your unique brand of charm because you're hiding yourself. You're camouflaging who you really are and what you're really about. And my thing is, again, I'm always going to show women who I am because I would rather a woman fuck with the real me than fuck with the perception of who she believes me to be. Right. And I don't think guys understand that. Shout out to the homie Walking His Ways Impact Voice Podcast. Yes, he got a YouTube channel. Fuck with the homie. Also, he on Facebook and I believe Graham and maybe even TikTok. Fuck with the homie. Right. Real quick. Right. Let me just say this real quick. Right. So he talked about fucking at the beach. That's why I said bring a tent. Bring it. Now I'm not encouraging y'all to do that on the beach. I'm not saying that. I would though. You know what I'm saying I would. You know what I'm saying? With a tent though. You're inside the tent. I'm not saying for you to be, you got a blanket on the ground and she dry humping you in front of everybody. No, that's foolishness, right? No, but you can go inside that tent when the sun is going down. The beach is not going to be as crowded, right? I'm just ask me how I know. Just please ask me how I know these things. But go ahead.
I did mine on the lifeguard tower.
Right.
It's I don't like sand in undescribable places. So, on the lifeguard tower is a good spot but they usually don't allow you on the beach then. It's all shut down. But hey.
How about in the water? In the water, anyone in the water?
Not in that dirty ass beach, but I've done it in the swimming pools. I've done pools, some skinny dipping.
Jacuzzis. Yeah, in the pool. Yeah, well, I was in a place where the water was really blue and clear, so that's what. Yeah.
That's probably a little different then. I mean, it took up the microbes and shit, but it's probably a little different then. Yeah. I've been in plenty of swimming pools, and let me just say this real quick. I remember one time, me and a partner of mine. We met these two chicks at a club and we took them home. It was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. He in one end of the pool. I'm in one end of the other pool. We getting it in, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it go down. You know what I'm saying? I'm reminiscing and shit. But anyway, yeah. Is the homie still on the phone?
Nah, he left.
He went and hung up? Okay. Yeah. All right, so let's grab this question right here. It says, tell him to try New Beach first if he can handle that. Bro, do y'all understand what kind of mentality you got to have to be on a new beach? I don't think dudes really understand what kind of mentality you got to have to one, go on a new beach. 2, for you not to be worried about, the chick you with seeing something else that she might want to, partake in. You know what I'm saying? I don't think guys really understand. Like, guys, stay in your lane. Right, stay in your lane. Take the chick to a little hotel, just you and her. A lot of you guys, y'all can't handle more than one person around anyway. You know what I'm saying? So just do it in private with that one chick, and it's okay.
You call him back. Touch Master, what's up?
Yeah, sorry, I was smiling and my cheek hit the button. I wanted to say that too. I just left the beach. And let me tell you something. There are creative ways to fuck on the beach, man. I just left the beach in Barbados. There was some niggas out there fucking. I know that's what they were doing. And it was broad daylight.
Bro, that's
walking by like, okay, that's what they doing, and they don't give a fuck. Only in America when we put sex on the pedestal like Mouse and all that shit. That in Barbados, them bitches walking around half naked 24/7.
Bro, that's my bro. I remember when I went on honeymoon with the ex. We went to Jamaica, and it was just a regular beach and shit. And there was some chicks from I think Brazil or Puerto Rico or something. It was a regular beach, family beach. Man, they got the stripping and taking their shit off, bro. The traffic stopped. Because them chicks, they were sexy, they was bad, right? And I'm with the ex, and I'm looking, I'm staring, and she's like, they are kind of cute, and I'm like, I know, that's why I'm staring at these bitches, right? But me, I'm that freaky type of nigga, dog. And one of the reasons why I like the public shit is I like to see how sexually submissive a woman is. So I'm always gonna do some shit in public at some point.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, there was only one crazy thing I did, and this is something when I was about 21, 22. I fucked this bitch at the racetrack, man.
Oh God.
Hey,
we got down. Her uncle was a animal handler. So she told me, she said, come on, let's go over here. I'm like, I'm not going over there. What the fuck is over there? She said, no, my uncle works here. And this is the space we go back. So she took me back in this place, down a hallway, down some steps in the barn underneath this thing. And she said, come on, we threw it right here. And it was hay. It was some shit. I moved the hay up, got a nice little barn. I fucked in the motherfucking racetrack in the barn, man.
Hey, look, let me tell you something, okay? There's a lot of women that are into exhibitionism and voyeurism, right?
Oh,
so,
man.
Some of these chicks, you fuck them in public, bro, it get extra wet. It's the fear of getting caught, but also just knowing there are people and hearing voices. Bro, I can't tell you how many chicks I had in a mall bathroom, bro. You know what I'm saying? And there are people in the bathroom in the next stall. You know what I'm saying? And they like that. Not all, I'm not gonna say all women, but at least the women I was fucking with, they like that type of shit. But movie theaters, all of that. But anyway.
Yeah, there's certain levels too. Because I seen some, I had somebody that wanted to do like too public. It's just too public. We sitting on the bench. Like, come on. People walking by and stuff. I'm good. That ain't me. No, it was a park and it was just a bench in the middle of the day. Like, the whole park is full and she was like, like come on. I'm like,
you fuck around and get arrested for it.
That ain't me. That's not me right there. So
you got to be there late at night, 11:30, 12 o'clock. That's the best park bench.
That's something different. Like, I didn't have my time at a park before, but not in the middle of the day, full people walking by. Like, I don't, I got a long skirt on. But people gonna see what we're doing now. Like that's not.
I've done it. I've done it with the car parked on the side by the sidewalk, right?
Yeah.
Car door open towards the sidewalk. I'm sitting on the seat, and Shorty's sitting on top of me, and people walking right past. In crowded New York City.
Your knees was hanging. Your knees was hanging out the door, Miles.
Yeah, my knees was hanging out the door, and she was sitting. Yeah, she was sitting on me. Yeah,
bro. Or when a chick is giving you dome on a highway and people walking by, look, and they honking, they throwing a thumbs up. I'm like, I know, nigga.
Yeah,
I know.
That's happened. That's happened.
Oh, you trying to say my legs was swinging? Is that what you was trying to say? You fucked up the joke. You fucked up the joke. You supposed to say my legs was swinging. That's what you're supposed to say. But no, my legs wasn't swinging.
I mean, but that's
but look, man, there's a lot of places you can go and do it. These women will love to do it. I mean, look at the congresswoman. She was at a fucking opera doing some shit with a boyfriend. They got put out.
Well, I mean, but to me, like I said, I'm a freaky dude, but at the same time, you got to have a little bit of discretion. I remember one time I had this chick with me that I had just met a couple weeks before, and we were going through a restaurant drive-through, and she wanted to give me dome right there. Like, when you pay at the window, She like, I'm gonna whip it out in a second right in front of them. I'm like, it might be some kids, like little kids working this shit.
Right.
No, get your unhand me, move your hand, bitch. We ain't doing that shit. Let go. Let go of it. Let go of it. Let go. Don't you dare put your mouth on me, bitch. Right?
Your fucking hands off me. That's that Denzel shit.
Oh shit.
But 50, what else is how is it going out there in you said Bahamas or Barbados? Where you at?
Barbados. No,
Barbados.
I'm back now. It was Barbados, so I'm going to Trinidad in November.
Oh, my man is passporting it up. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, nigga. Get that shit.
Hey, man, look,
living life, bro. I love it. I love it.
But it ain't for that. It ain't for the passport bros. No, it's for that passport dollar, baby. I get paid. I get paid when I show up. Y'all don't. They pay me. Y'all pay them, and they pay me. So it's just inverted pimping. That's all it is.
Inverted pimping.
Hey. It take money to make money. Sometimes you got to spend a little bit to get a lot, bro. And my thing is, you go on for business, but there's a little bit of pleasure attached to it. There's nothing wrong with that.
And I'm gonna let y'all know.
Hashtag her debit card, credit card conversion, all that shit works.
It works. That's right. That's right.
Nice.
I just want to let y'all know.
If she ain't laying me, she paying me, bro. But go ahead, fam.
Barbados might have been something different on the beach, but if I don't know how many new beaches y'all been to. But it ain't all that you think it's gonna be. There's a lot of people in their older age don't care anymore. And I'm not talking about they don't care about their physicalness. I'm talking about they don't care anymore and they let loose. And so it's a mixture of people there.
Yeah,
so you ain't gonna see as many as you think you're gonna see what you see. So I'm just letting y'all know.
Everybody think a nude beach is a fucking Instagram post or a porn video. Nope. Yeah. The nude beach is a study in fucking anatomy.
And not only that, it's a bunch of old shape motherfuckers.
Yeah.
There might be something there. Like there might, but it ain't a whole bunch to look at.
It's a couple, like literally a flash in the pan.
Majority of citizens do not look good naked like that. So But 50 Fitzwell, hey, thanks for calling, brother, and keep doing your thing, man. And safe travels, all right?
All right, y'all.
All right, take care. All right. So we got 443. You're on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set show. We got Jay Roman, K Zag, and Miles. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? This is the rapping detailer in the DMV 38, and I just wanted to share a story with y'all. It actually goes with the first video that you guys had played.
Yeah.
I never ran out on a chick on a date, but I did have to learn from something that happened to me when I was like 18. Some females had invited me out to church, and I knew these ladies growing up with them.
Mm-hmm.
So after the church session, everybody all suggested that we go out to Ruby Tuesdays to have some meal.
Okay.
So we got there, we ate the meal, and then at the end of the meal, the bill came,
mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden, the ladies talking about they didn't have any money. So everybody looked at me and like, oh well, you're the man, you got to pay.
Nope.
And I was basically, I caved into the pressure of paying for everybody's meal. So
I would have been like, y'all washing some dishes then. I'm paying for my meal.
Right.
Wait, and these were church women?
Yeah, they were church women. Yes, and I thought they were cool and everything. And I actually did something with a couple of them, back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But we ended up hanging out and, just doing different things together, which is why I don't really hang out with chicks who are so-called friends now. So, if we don't have like a sexual relationship now, I just won't even hang out with them.
Right.
So,
hey, caller. Here's the slogan for you. If we ain't fucking, we ain't doing nothing.
We ain't facts.
Oh man.
Fuck all that.
If we ain't fucking, we ain't doing nothing. That's what's up, man. For real. But I'm sorry to hear that. But I'm hoping that you learned your lesson, though, right?
Oh yes, sir. This was a couple decades ago. I done got gamed up by the truest of the truest on this panel and Real Game No Theory panel. I appreciate all you guys.
Yes, sir.
And I'm definitely on a different path.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, man. And thanks for your call, man. Appreciate you. And you know, and thanks for sharing your story, because you know most guys wouldn't even call in and admit that, but it is what it is. We all got to learn. Like, you know I've been there where I let females pressure me into bullshit, and I had to learn my lesson, because I didn't have Lucario, Miles Cunningham, K-Zag, and Jay Roman on YouTube for me to watch. So I had to learn on my own. But now Hove did that. Miles did that. So hopefully you don't have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You got to Jay. Okay.
No, I just I want people to understand, for me, now it might be different for some fellas. Like, I hung out with ladies when I was younger. We had a good time. We laughed, we talked, someone was funny and stuff like that. But the thing is, you got to draw your line in the sand where don't fake what it is. Like, don't have her set up a friendship with you and you not thinking it's just a friendship back. And then so those times and the moments when you go out, oh, your wallet. And he's like, but we're just friends. Like, no. When I hung out with friends and was treated as such. So Bill came, hey, I hope we all got ours.
Right.
I got mines. This is what mines cost,
Right.
and that was it. Like, we were separate. You didn't have your bill. That's it. And, so my thing is, it's like, I know in this world for a lot of these youngsters, it's either hot and heavy or nothing at all. I enjoyed spending time and kicking it. Now, it didn't happen all the time, but hey, we could go out. I've had girls come, hey, we going over here. Okay, cool. I am not paying for when we go over there. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not going to be the replacement date because you didn't have a date, so you want to bring me. Like, it was none of that stuff. Because I had a sister, she had a lot of friends, friends.
But also,
and some of them were my friends, and the ones that weren't my friends, we were doing things. So it wasn't, I ain't your friend that's gonna pay for stuff, and then, that's it. Like,
well, even if I'm smashing, that doesn't mean I'm paying for shit. That doesn't. You don't get no fucking insight to my wallet because I'm fucking.
My thing is, they let them. They have to earn. Yeah. They have to earn everything if it's somebody that's in the position that you put to be able to earn things from you. But if not, then don't let them pressure you into nothing. My favorite thing is when people say, hey, I was wondering if I could borrow some money. Shit, I was about to call you and ask you if I borrow some money too.
Well, not on that. But my thing is, this should be, guys, here's the rule of thumb. Whenever a woman or a group of women suggest y'all go eat, that's a red flag. Okay, and what I mean by that oftentimes they're expecting that you're gonna pay, right? So you can do one or two things. You can either decline, or before you even accept, you should be like, you got yours? You got yours? I got mine, right? Or at the bare minimum, if you do go, now I personally wouldn't wait until the last minute, but if you do go, once you're being seated, you should let the waiter or whoever come, hey, this is going to be split. Well, I got mine. I don't know if y'all going to share a tab or not. And just let it be done before they get to ordering. So that way, if they got a problem with it, they can get the fuck up. And as they getting up, you can be like, all right, so this is going to turn into a meal for one. Yeah, the other ones, they left. I'm good, though. Right? Yeah. And you enjoy your fucking meal.
Exactly. Real talk.
And if that happens, though, you can tell they weren't there for what they said friend. They're there to use you. So now if they say, yeah, we're all split and continue just to have a cool little time, cool. That's great and grand.
Yo, I had to check my mother-in-law one time, bro. I had to check my mother-in-law for doing that. Right? We went out to eat with a big old thing, and the bill came. I'm paying for her daughter and my wife and my family. And she kind of looked at me, and I said, look, if you wanted me to pay for you, you should have just let me know that before. She's like, well, I can pay for myself. I said, I'm sure you can. But yeah, don't never assume. I don't like when people assume with me. Right. Exactly. And I would have had no problem paying for her. Don't assume, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm the man and you're here and all of it, and everybody else is doing whatever they're doing, that I'm just supposed to do it because I'm the man. No. You know what I'm saying? Again, make sure that it's okay with me. Okay. Get my blessing before you make an assumption.
Exactly. Real talk. All right. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
All right, take it easy, man. All right, yeah, nigga trying to call in exactly at 3:30. It's not happening. Nope.
Exactly.
Y'all want to grab one quick question?
Yeah, we can do a question.
Real quick question. Hold on. Where did I grab? I could have sworn I grabbed the fucking question. If I didn't, then y'all about to be shit out of luck. Let me go back up. I thought I grabbed it. Right here. Let me do this real quick, Jay. I don't care about y'all, but I have to ask, why would a man even be around other naked men? Bro, ain't nobody really thinking about that shit, bro. You ain't nobody even thinking about that shit. First of all, let me just say this. If you go to like a swingers party or a sex party and thing like that, if that ain't for you, that ain't for you. Right. But the fact that you got in your head about balls hanging and all that other stuff, you're focused on the wrong thing.
You're focused on
now, if that ain't you, if you don't want to be a naked around a room full of people, then bro, do you. But if the first thing you thinking about is testicles, nigga, you know what I'm saying? You thinking about the wrong shit, bro.
Sounds like some gay shit to me.
Mm-hmm.
You drawn to the balls instead of the breasts.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Like, but anyway, man. Yo, guys, make sure you check us out. Make sure you check us out tomorrow, 12 noon, Real Game No Theory, man. And anything else y'all got to plug before we get up out of here?
Hey, just hold on real quick. I want to make sure I grab that. Again, guys, the Game Kings 2 Definition of Man, a documentary screening in Miami, October 26th. The link is right here, right? So check that out. Also, Lucario's going live in a little bit. I don't know what time.
5 o'clock. Lucario's going live. Make sure y'all check them out. Yep.
There you go. Like and share the content. Liking it is free. You know what I'm saying? If you got something from it, or if you were just entertained by some of the callers and questions, you know what I'm saying? At least like it for the entertainment value. Again, as Miles alluded to, the Real Game No Theory podcast. We're doing our thing, 11 o'clock Central, 12 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. My channel, Miles' channel, and y'all know the other gentlemen, their channels as well. Also, for anyone that's new, Jay Roman, he has a channel as well, The J Roman Way, right? So right there, so if you look at right there behind them, there's a little street sign that says J Roman Way. If you go to YouTube, that's also his channel name, right? With the in front of it.
There you go.
Right? On that note, Jay Roman, you got anything you want to plug before we get the fuck up out of here?
No, I don't want to plug something. I want to make a comment that's been bothering me. What Dave said, that he understood the person, but he doesn't preach what he practices. Right. I want guys to be very careful about following that. If you don't have a line in concrete, that means you're easily appeasable to everybody else.
Flexible.
And just flexible. And so your understanding of stuff that you are against will have you leaning and saying,
fuck y'all niggas on my birthday. I ain't telling nobody that shit. How you know that's coming up, bro? I don't tell nobody when my birthday is. How you nigga, you been stalking me, nigga? How you? No, I'm fucking with you now.
So just watch out for that. Just watch out for that.
Yeah, facts, man. But shout out to Dave's call, although, because it's a good teachable moment, man. Because too many niggas think like him, and we gotta stamp that shit out. All right.
And actually, my birthday is on the 10th. It's on Tuesday. Now, my son right there, my little 5-year-old, his birthday was yesterday.
Oh,
but
nice.
Appreciate it nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? Virgo's in the house. Right? Hey, appreciate y'all being here. Y'all could have been doing anything else with y'all Saturday. Y'all came to fuck with us. Much respect. Much appreciation and a debt of gratitude for y'all showing up and allowing us to hit y'all ear with this ism. We out. Peace.